So Utopia of the Seas is billed as the world's biggest weekend. So how much partying is too much to enjoy your cruise? Let's take a look. Pool parties, dancing by the bars, activities at night. Royal Caribbean has really outdone themselves with Utopia of the Seas. The ship is designed to offer something for everyone, but yes, there's definitely a strong emphasis on partying, nightlife, and entertainment. From the moment you step on board, you're greeted with an energy that's electric. The ship has multiple nightclubs, bars, and lounges, each with its own vibe. There's the vibrant lime and coconut pool deck party that goes on throughout the day. Drinking all day, every day at the Pesky Parrot, and pool parties that you won't soon forget. Trust me. And all that is before the sun goes down. From there, it's live music, it's parties on the promenade, it's dancing, it's drinking. Utopia of the Seas is one massive party. Is it all a bit too much? That really depends on what you're looking for in your cruise experience. If you're someone who enjoys the energy of a lively crowd and loves to dance the night away, then Utopia is a paradise. If you're not, should you find another cruise? The answer is no. Utopia of the Seas layout is designed to keep the party going without making it feel overwhelming. There are plenty of spaces to join in on the fun, but there are plenty of places where you can step away and relax. If you're more into relaxation and tranquility, Utopia still has plenty to offer. The ship's design is smart. There are dedicated areas where you can escape the party atmosphere. Looking for the party? Hit the resort-style pools. The people arrive early and the partying starts shortly thereafter. There's music, competitions, DJs, and more. Looking for something a little quieter? Head to the solarium. It's an adults-only retreat with serene pools, hot tubs, day beds, and a bar. The perfect spot for unwinding. Have kids? Skip the resort pools and head to the Splashaway Bay Aqua Park. Wind down the water slides, frolic through the fountains, and enjoy your own pool and hot tubs. And don't forget, keep your eye on the drench bucket. There are plenty of other seats to soak up the sun and enjoy your day. Before dinner, you can grab a pre-dinner drink at the Pesky Parrot and keep the good times flowing. Or you can head to Bell and Barley and enjoy good conversation with your traveling companion or a fellow cruiser. Have kids? Hit the boardwalk. There, they'll find games to play, a carousel to ride, and a candy store to explore. After dinner, there's something for everyone too. Head to Bolero's for some Latin music and dancing. Get dressed up for one of the theme parties on the promenade and enjoy the music and people watching. Showcase your musical chops on the karaoke stage at Spotlight Karaoke, or enjoy others doing the same. Looking for something a little more low-key? Enjoy the entertainment aboard. There are aqua shows, theater shows, and more. And that's just the start. You can find quiet spots in the Central Park area, surrounded by greenery and the sound of birds chirping. It's almost like a floating oasis. You can play pickleball on the sports deck before a round of mini golf. Hang 10 at the surf simulator before taking a thrill ride down the ultimate abyss. If you're worried that the partying on Utopia might be too much, my advice is to plan your days accordingly. Utopia of the Seas is a massive ship with so much to do that you can easily tailor your experience to your preferences. There's no doubt there are plenty of places to party, and in full disclosure, you'll usually find me somewhere quiet on a cruise, reading a book and relaxing. But I will admit the party atmosphere pulled me in. People were having such a great time, I wanted to be part of it. The key to enjoying Utopia is finding your balance. You can easily dip into the party scene when you're in the mood and retreat to a peaceful spot when you need a break. The ship's layout and diverse offerings make it easy to have the best of both worlds. You'll find partying, adventure, fun, peace, quiet, and relaxation all aboard. You've just got to look in the right place. It's your cruise, pick your pursuits. To wrap things up, Utopia of the Seas is definitely a ship that knows how to throw a party, but is also one that understands the importance of variety. Whether you're a party animal or a relaxation enthusiast, there's something for everyone. So no, the partying on Utopia isn't too much, unless you want it to be. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you're planning to sail on Utopia of the Seas. And as always, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel so you can check out my next video about Utopia of the Seas. Happy cruising! Lots of things to love about Utopia of the Seas, but there's one thing we don't. We start with one of the things we loved, food at the Windjammer. Whether or not the food is any good always ranks as one of the most important parts of a cruise. And it's likely you'll have at least a meal or two in the Windjammer. Let's be real, some cruise buffets are not good. But fortunately, that wasn't the case with Utopia of the Seas. I love both the variety of the food and the taste. As a bonus, the Windjammer was spacious, and I didn't feel cramped sitting next to another guest. And check this out, lobster tails at the buffet. Now that's my kind of buffet. Number 2 of the list, I love the party atmosphere, and honestly, I didn't think I would. I haven't been on a 3-day cruise in 20 years. The more days on the ship, the better. So when the 3 days sailing came up, while I wanted to go, I wondered if it would be too much of a party vibe. It wasn't. It was the perfect amount. Parties at the pool, dancing, a good time had by all. It was a lot of fun. At night, you could enjoy the parties if you wanted, or head to a show instead. There were enough parties and events to make it fun, but not too much where it was over the top. And with as large as Utopia of the Seas is, if you wanted to party, you could. If you wanted to relax and avoid the party, but still enjoy some of the pools, you could do that too. Part of the reason for that is number 3 on the list, the adults-only solarium. This is the typical spot you'll find me on a cruise. Somewhere quiet, reading a book, enjoying ocean views, and some relaxation. Yes, please. The solarium is massive, with hundreds of loungers, daybeds, a bar, whirlpools, a pool, and more. And some cruises you can't find a seat in the solarium. But because the party atmosphere sucks so many cruisers in, on my Utopia of the Seas cruise, this place was virtually empty all cruise long. There was never anyone at the bar either. This was my favorite hot tub on the ship. It's larger than all the other hot tubs and offered some pretty amazing ocean views. And since we're talking about hot tubs and whirlpools, I'll mention that as number 4 on the list of what I loved about Utopia of the Seas. On a lot of cruises, there are 2 or 4 hot tubs, and we all know what happens. They are packed. I just don't enjoy sitting shoulder to shoulder with people I don't know in a hot tub. It's just not my thing. There are 8 hot tubs on Utopia of the Seas, and because the hot tubs are really separated from the kids area, they weren't overrun with kids. Nothing wrong with kids in the hot tub, but I don't always want to jump in a hot tub with 10 kids when I'm trying to relax. With that many hot tubs, I never had a problem finding either an empty one or one with a lot of space. The only thing I don't know about is how they are transparent to everyone at the pool. It's different. Just not sure if I like that or not. Time for number 5. If you've heard anything about Utopia of the Seas, you probably have heard of the Pesky Parrot. It's an all-new bar concept for Royal Caribbean featured on Utopia of the Seas. What you probably haven't heard or read about is Bell and Barley. It's another bar a few spots down from the Pesky Parrot. Nothing wrong with the Pesky Parrot, it looked pretty cool, but it was always packed, no matter when you went. I dropped into Bell and Barley the first night I was there just to grab a quick drink, and ended up going back every night. I loved the old tavern feel it offered, the bartenders were great, and I caught some live music. Bell and Barley was definitely my go-to bar at night. Number 6 on what I loved, and I think you'll love about Utopia of the Seas, I just mentioned it, it's the live music. Cruise ships have always offered live music, but I never recall the variety that Utopia of the Seas offered. Royal Caribbean made a big push to increase the live music offerings on Utopia of the Seas because millennials love live music. And 3- and 4-day cruises appeal to first-time cruisers like millennials. I loved the live music and loved that I could catch one genre of music in one bar, head to the next one, and catch something totally different. While we're at it, karaoke has become a staple on cruise ships for quite some time now. If you love to strut your stuff on stage or watch others do it, Utopia of the Seas has a facility focused on just that. It's Spotlight Karaoke. It offered hours upon hours of cruisers belting out the latest hits and top songs of years gone by. Number 8 on the things I loved about Utopia of the Seas, and what I think you'll love, is the lime and coconut bar. Yes, it's great to have a massive bar flank the pools. The pool bar is always extremely busy on all cruise ships, and lines can quickly back up on any and every day, but particularly on sea days. I rarely saw more than a couple of people waiting. But here's what I love. If you could walk around the corner, there's another lime and coconut bar, and this one usually has a much shorter line. It is by the smoking section, which, if that bothers you, isn't great, but I did always enjoy walking right up and being served. What else did I love? All the specialty restaurants. I don't always spend the extra money on specialty restaurants. Sometimes the food in the main dining room hits the spot and is all I crave. And I will say I was quite pleased with my meals in the main dining room. And sometimes there's only a seafood restaurant and a steakhouse, and it's just not what I'm in the mood for. Well, Utopia of the Seas is packed with specialty restaurants. Between Chops, Mason Jar, Azumi, 150 Central Park, Hooked Seafood, Giovanni's Italian Kitchen, Playmaker Sports Bar, and others, there's bound to be one that offers something scrumptious for your cruise. And while I'm at it, it is worth mentioning there are plenty of free restaurants too. El Loco Fresh, Boardwalk Doghouse, The Spare Tire are just a few. The 10th and final thing, for this video anyway, that I loved and I think you will about Utopia of the Seas is the entertainment. There's such a variety of shows that hopefully you'll be able to find one, or a few, that you're interested in. Whether it's a theater show, aqua show, or just a party show, there's non-stop entertainment on Utopia of the Seas. Now, I didn't love everything about Utopia of the Seas, and there's one big thing that I didn't. I just told you about all the great entertainment, dining, sports bars, hot tubs, and live music to check out. The problem is, there simply isn't enough time to enjoy it all. With more than 20 restaurants, you'd have to eat at 7 of them each day to enjoy a meal in each. Now, I know we all eat an extra meal or two while we're cruising each day, but not 7 of them. With more than 20 bars, you won't get a chance to visit them all. With so much to do, you'll have to decide what to do and what you miss out on. It's a good problem for Royal Caribbean to have cruisers that can't do everything on the cruise, so they come back for another. While I've never done a back-to-back cruise, that might be something I try on my next cruise aboard Utopia of the Seas. Thanks for checking out Cruising with KK. If you've hung around this long, could you do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment letting me know you made it to the end. Until next time, happy cruising. Is a cruise drink package worth it? That question comes up on social media all the time. It should be just a simple math problem, right? Well, Cruising with KK is here to tell you it's not just that. Picture this: a beer at the bar, a daiquiri by the pool, a cocktail at night. Drinking is as much a part of cruising these days as visiting exotic ports of call. So is a drink package right for you? Let's start with what a drink package usually includes. Most cruise lines offer several options, from soda packages to premium alcohol packages. These include soft drinks, specialty coffees, bottled water, and alcoholic beverages. Prices generally range from $20 to $100 per day. Now, the obvious first step is to do the math. Let's say a premium drink package costs $80 per day. If a cocktail costs $12 and a specialty coffee is $5, you'd need to drink at least 7 cocktails or a mix of beverages to break even. A beer might cost you $8, so you'd need to drink 10 a day, or maybe 7 beers and a few bottled waters to stay hydrated. Sounds simple, right? But wait, there's more to it. Most people will tell you to get the drink package if you drink that much, and if you don't, just pay as you go. But I'm here to tell you that math ain't mathin'. Here's why. Your cruise is about relaxation, not stress. Fun, not worrying about money. Your attitude will be totally different with a drink package versus without. Without a drink package, you'll be worried about every drink you buy, debating whether it's worth another $10 to $15. You'll stress over the final bill on disembarkation day. And trying something new? Forget about it. You'll stick to your favorite drink all cruise long, avoiding the risk of not liking something new. That doesn't sound relaxing or fun. That sounds stressful, and that's why whether or not to get the drink package isn't a simple math question. Part of the joy of cruising is indulging in the little luxuries. A drink package can make your cruise feel all-inclusive. It's not just about the math, it's about how you want to enjoy your vacation. With a drink package, you'll try drinks on the menu that sound great, but you'd never try if you were paying for them. See a PB&J old-fashioned at the Mason Jar? That thing has peanut butter whiskey and strawberry jelly. Without a drink package, you're not spending $15 to try it. With the package, you're telling the bartender to mix up too. And if you're ordering something terrible, without a drink package, you're sucking it down anyway. With a drink package, you can dump it and order something different. The package gives you a chance to try new things. You might find a new favorite cocktail, beer or wine. Should you get the drink package? It's partly a math question, but also about valuing less stress, more freedom, and more options. Is that worth $20 a day? I think so. Maybe more. But you're on vacation, and it's worth a few extra dollars for a carefree attitude. You've already spent a lot on the cruise, gratuities, transportation, and excursions. What's a few extra dollars in the scheme of things to have a significantly better time? Now, there are a few other things to consider. Most cruise lines force passengers sharing the same cabin to have the same drink package. Keep an eye on the cost of the drink package. The price fluctuates on many cruise lines, and most will allow you to cancel your package and rebuy it. Those savings can be significant on a 7-day cruise when you're talking about 2 people. Don't just calculate the price of alcohol when doing the math. Factor in the cost of soft drinks if you'll drink any of those, as well as bottled water. It's so much easier to grab a bottled water at the closest bar versus having to go to your room, grab a drink holder, head to the buffet, fill it up, and then head back to your room. If you do purchase the drink package, grab some waters or soft drinks the night before disembarkation and throw them in your stateroom's fridge. You'll be glad you have them the next morning when most all the bars and places to get anything to drink are closed. Now, don't get me wrong with all this. There are times when you're better off not getting the drink package. Are you someone who drinks one day but needs a couple of days before you drink again? What are you doing at the ports of call? Will you be off enjoying an excursion all day at each port? Are you cruising with kids and plan to spend the majority of your days and nights with them and will be less inclined to drink while doing so? In those instances, you might be better off skipping the drink package and instead hit up happy hour or enjoy the drink of the day to save some cash. Bring a bottle or 2 of wine aboard if your cruise ship allows it. Should you get the drink package on your next cruise? If you're asking yourself that question, chances are the answer is yes. But the answer is more than just simple math. Thanks for watching the video. If you found any value in the explanation, I'd love for you to subscribe to the Cruising with KK channel. I'll be posting dozens more videos offering tips, tricks, and explanations on all things cruising. While you're at it, comment with what your favorite drink is to enjoy on board a cruise. Happy cruising!